He's washing his car again. That's the second time this week. Will anybody have a life around here? Robbie? Robbie!
No, it's not your mum, she's safe. It's not your mum. It's not your mum, she's safe.
Tracy. Tracy. It's DS Toulon. Now we need anything you can remember, love. Anything at all.
50s. Short hair. Long coat. Did you get a coffee?
No. She's safe. You did a very good job.
I tried to help her. There was so much blood.
Mrs. Thompson, I've got Robbie here. It's all right, Robbie, come on. Here.
Mum! Oh, it's all right, sweetheart. It's okay, it's all right. Where's Eileen Cleary? Has anyone told her? Does she know?
She's on her way here now.
All right, darling. It's all right. It's all right. Don't say anything, you understand?
We should tell them.
No, sweetheart, no. CPS.
Miss Cleary, she's up here. Could you keep to the right, please? We're waiting for forensics.
Is she hurt?
No, she's all right. The gunman shot a policewoman who was in the house.
Oh, God.
It's all right, she's alive. I'm glad that you're here. I've got to get down to the hospital. And Kathy Thompson needs someone she trusts. Eileen Cleary from the CPS is with Kathy Thompson now. They've established quite a good relationship over the last few months. Now, we've put Kathy and her son in a hotel room for now, but I'm going to need some help with this one.
What do you need?
Well, I shall need some firearms support units in the streets outside in case we pick up on the gunman. A couple of armed officers outside Tracy Miller's hospital room and some extra uniform and CID.
And we'll need a tactical advisor as well for the armed officers.
I'll need DS Terry Reid from Edmund Street.
Reid?
Yes. Well, he used to work for the Met before he was booted down here, but with his connections, he might be able to help us identify the gunman.
Well, I know, but...
Look, I know that he is insubordinate and a pain in their backside, but strangely enough, he and I get on very well.
All right. Reid it is.
Good. Have him meet me at Kathy Thompson's house, will you? So?
Anything else?
Cup of tea!
Okay.
Job's done.
Inspector Frost wants you to go into a safe house. Where? I don't know.
Bubbling sort of simmering pan of what?
We can't keep you here for long, Kathy. We've registered you under a false name, but we can't risk the press finding you. You have to go.
4 or 5 minutes to do.
Do you have to keep whisking it all the time?
Yeah, because you don't want to sort of scramble.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Just end it
yeah,
like
that's
scrambled
right,
eggs?
yeah.
She'll survive, but we can't save the arm. And she'll need plastic surgery to her face.
My God.
Doctor, I'm going to have to move her.
Not now.
Once the gunman knows he's missed his target, sir.
This wasn't a random shooting. No. And she got a look at the gunman. So she needs to be moved for her own safety.
In the meantime, I'm going to have to put a couple of armed heavyweights either side of her door.
All right. But you'll need post-op recovery time.
Okay.
Are they the parents?
Yes, sir. Do you want me to tell them, Jack?
No, Tracy Miller's one of mine. I'll tell him.
Hey, Jack. She's one of ours.
Mr. Flynn, the principal witness against you was attacked in her home this morning.
As I've said on numerous occasions, Mr. Maynard, I'm against violence.
I won't be able to defend you. If the police link you to it, you're finished.
They won't. Because there isn't any link. Now, you're being paid a ton of cash. What are you going to be doing to earn it?
Whether Kathy Thompson testifies or not, we need to go to work on the senior investigating officer. He's known for his non-conformist attitudes. Perhaps he's made mistakes.
Right, let's cage then.
No, DS Toolan.
Alan Hadley, this is my partner, Kenny Russell. You'll super us for a couple of teams.
Yeah. Now, this is the secure area. Immediate medical staff only. No one else except them.
Tea and sympathy. It's never enough, is it? Anyway, I've asked for Terry Reid to come across. I want to show him the crime scene. Now, George, I want you to stay put here. I'll tell you how I want this handled later.
Okay.
You look after my girl in there, right? You can put that out for a start. Right, Terry, all right?
Yeah, not so bad, Gav.
Do you know what's happening?
Well, as much as anyone could tell me.
Right, well, Kathy Thompson, widowed mother, self-employed bookkeeper, works mainly from home.
And she's your principal witness in the Jack Flynn trial?
Yeah, that's right. About a year ago, Jack Flynn came down personally from London to teach one of his drug dealers a lesson. Ended up here in this road.
Yeah, Flynn beat the bloke to death, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Right here in the middle of leafy suburbia. Anyway, Kathy Thompson saw it all from her study. That's her room up there. And as she's due to give testimony, I've had a policewoman living with her. Duncan, is it all right for us to cross here?
Keep to the footpads. Jack, we've got a partial footprint.
Well, whatever you can get, and as soon as you can get it, all right?
So the government obviously thought your policewoman was Kathy Thompson.
Yeah, that's right. The bullet ended up over there. Now, as far as I can understand it, she tried to close the door on him, which threw him off his aim, right? So that gunshot residue there. She got to about here, the bullet glanced off her cheekbone and ended up in the wall there. He then followed her through here, where he stood over her and delivered a second shot. That's the probable angle.
A cold-blooded shot. No cartridge cases.
No, which leads me to suspect it was probably a revolver.
I didn't want to risk time picking up spent cases for an automatic.
No. The gunman was using the sound of the pressure washer as cover.
And as the neighbour stopped the machine, the gunman had just fired his second shot, the one that was heard. He couldn't risk another one.
So dead or not, he thought he'd stopped the key witness. Now, we know that the neighbour washes his car twice a week.
The gunman sussed the place out. Someone must have seen him.
So go back and talk to the whole street and to the households in the connecting roads. He must have parked his car somewhere or caught a bus or even used Shanks's pony, but find him. There's armed backup if you need it. So off you go on, chop chop. I've got the legal vultures arriving to pick my bones. I want you and George to go down to Denton General. I'm moving Tracy Miller to a private hospital. If the gunman is uncertain, he might be sniffing about down there. Huh?
Well, and George knows the arrangements, yeah?
Yes, I know, but I want you at the sharp end, just in case.
Well, I hope that's not why you brought me over here.
But it certainly wasn't because of your good looks. Now, go on. And be careful.
All clear.
They're wild tourists?
Yeah, they're moving about. Anyone check outside?
Yeah, the outside.
You been in this division long?
Did firearms instructor for a while. Missed the streets.
Now,
See you around?
Yeah.
Bravo Mike 1 to Bravo Mike 5, you're moving now, over.
All right, George. Let's go. Okay, Tracy, love. Safe now. Sheila?
yeah, all right, you two. Get your elbows off the table, will you please? Where's your manners? Sorry, thank you.
I thought you were with Mr. Mullet and those CPS people.
Oh, blimey, give me a break. What are you doing, a crossword? Look at one across. Starving police officer, 5 letters. Start with that.
No, it's a lottery. I missed it to tell you. I'll tell you what, Jack. If I win this, I'll buy every sandwich you ever want.
Not today, by the sounds of it.
No, I'm not even close.
No. You can top that up for me. Eh? Go on. afford that, can't you? Come on.
Jack? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine. Absolutely fine. Fine. Hey, thank you.
Jack, where the devil have you been? What are you doing?
I'm looking for a very important piece of paper, sir.
Look, I've got Eileen Cleary and the prosecuting QC here. They're looking for someone's scalp. Now, if we can't pacify them, well, your number is up.
In more ways than one, sir.
I heard an officer had been shot, and I knew Alan's team had been put into this area. I phoned the station and they said he was here, but they wouldn't say why.
No, it's fine. He was on duty down there. I spoke to him less than half an hour ago.
I worry too much.
Yeah, well, that's natural. Not too long now before he retires, is it?
A couple of years. He's getting ready to leave the force. Been going to night school, business studies. He wants to open up a security consultancy.
Well, good for him. He was always ambitious. You're all right, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah, well, a few problems to sort out. Divorce, the kids, all that. And I got injured on duty.
Yeah, I heard. I'm sorry.
It's a bit of a nasty one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just so clumsy.
Kathy Thompson should have been in a safe house weeks ago.
Well, we could hardly force her. She wanted as normal a life as possible for herself and her son.
And remember, an officer has been badly wounded.
That's not my concern.
Well, it should be. She's a young woman who drew the gunman away from your witness.
That's exactly the emotional response we do not want from a senior officer when he's called for cross-examination by Flynn's defence.
When I'm in the witness stand, I shall do my job. In here, I expect support from my officers.
Kathy Thompson has to be on that stand when I need her. Make sure she's there, Inspector.
QCs don't like surprises when they've built their case around a star witness. I've spoken to Kathy. She's ready to do as you suggest. She'll go into a safe house.
Thank you for talking to her. Well, I got an early start in the morning. I'm caught first thing. I had to go and get myself sorted.
Oh, Jack, that piece of paper you're looking for, it's nothing to do with the trial, is it?
No, sir. More to do with the rest of my life. I've known Alan Hadley and his wife on and off for the past 15 years. He's one of these armed response officers, is he? Yeah. He was a senior man guarding Tracy Miller at the hospital. Well, look, these firearm blokes are checked out regularly by their supervisors, and if he is knocking his wife about, it'll be picked up somewhere along the line. Yeah, but if he is using his wife as a punchbag, and I just don't believe he'd do that, he could be a risk to everyone and everything when the crunch comes. Yeah. Who's his patrol partner? Kenny Russell. All right. Tell you what, why don't you sound him out? Tread carefully, mind. And, well, if necessary, we will inform the domestic violence unit. Right? Okay, thanks. Everything all right, Guff? Yes. Just reorganising my filing system. Oh. Right then. Yes. Good night, Terry. It's gonna be somewhere, surely.
Inspector, when you searched the accused's office, you found an item of exceptional interest.
Yes, I found a baseball bat hidden behind a filing cabinet.
If I may indicate Exhibit 3A on your list, my lord. Following forensic examination of the baseball bat, what did you discover?
Oh, well, attempts had been made to wash off the blood, but forensics matched blood and tissue from the deceased.
And because of the texture of the baseball bat, there were no fingerprints.
No, but we had a DNA match to the accused.
How?
Well, his hands must have sweated and left a residue on the handle. We also took samples of saliva from a drinking glass found in his office.
So you believe this to be the murder weapon?
Yes, I do. And I have a witness.
Thank you. That'll be all, Inspector.
Inspector, how do you know that particular drinking glass was used by my client?
He was drinking from it.
I have here a list of reprimands against you, Inspector. Insubordination, failure to comply with policy, failure to comply with procedure, a dismal failure to attend to the usual administration one associates with police work, and so on, and so on.
With respect, my lord, perhaps the court should also be told that Detective Inspector Frost was awarded the George Cross for bravery. Unarmed, he faced a gunman and was himself wounded in the encounter.
And according to his record, he didn't follow correct procedure in that instance either. He was supposed to have waited for armed officers. But no, he wanted to be a hero.
I wanted to save someone's life.
Now, let's go through each step leading up to the arrest of my client, shall we? Perhaps your emotions got in the way of correct procedure again.
With respect, my lord, is my learned friend putting the inspector on trial?
Only his reputation, my lord.
I don't work with other people, and he's an amateur.
I had my reasons. You missed the target. It was a policewoman.
Well, how was I supposed to know that?
Kathy Thompson's being moved.
You sure?
Well, the information I have comes from right inside the police investigation. It don't get any better.
I didn't know about the copper in the house.
It was a last-minute decision. This is what we need to do.
That's Gary Tinley. He's a thug. He's done some enforcing, worked the doors on the clubs, done time. I spoke to a senior Met officer who had a tip-off that Tinley was being sent to take someone out. He doesn't know where, doesn't know who. But Tinley's worked for Jack Flynn before.
Well, 2 and 2 always made 4, at least it did last time I counted.
The thing is, he's never been known to use a weapon.
But he might be keen to win his spurs. And a gifted amateur might take more risks than a professional.
And a professional might not want to put himself on the line again after a failure.
Flynn has brought in a hothead. This kid is more dangerous. George! I want Tinley's photograph given to every officer in the division. I don't want him sneezing without the rest of us catching cold. Check all CCTV cameras in the city centre, train stations, everywhere. Just get him. Don't light that up.
Is D.S. Reed involved in this case?
Yes, he is. Why do you ask?
You consider Reed an unsound police officer?
He messed up his evidence 3 years ago in a major fraud case. We lost because of him. You do know he was reprimanded.
I don't want him anywhere near us on this investigation.
Well, he won't be. He'll be near me. He's an officer who can take the flak and deliver results.
It was my decision to bring in D.S. Reed. I know about his record.
And with his contacts at the Met, he's already been able to deliver some very valuable information.
All right. Inspector, the defence is looking for your mistakes.
He won't find any.
He'll cast sufficient doubt. Forensic evidence might not be enough. Where's my witness?
Cafe lunch! I have not, they're just well done. Here, try these.
Well, they're all right.
Check connoisseurs.
I'll cook tonight.
You don't have to.
It'll make things seem a bit more normal if I cook.
You press any one of those and every copper in Denton arrives in a hurry. Don't worry, we won't need it.
Is it wise for this division to handle Kathy Thompson's witness protection program?
The witness protection officers would have moved her out of town. I've kept her in the Denton area.
It's irregular, but it is his responsibility. What about the safe house?
Low key, 2 of our people are living in the house with Kathy Thompson and her son.
Yes, and there are panic buttons in every room, linked to a house alarm for immediate effect.
If they need help in a hurry, I don't want officers running around not knowing where to respond.
The location is registered with CID and the control room. If they need any help in the house, it'll be there within minutes. The information is secure, only the officers on duty will see it.
So even we won't be told where she is?
No.
Very well. We'll see you in court, Inspector. Don't let the defending QC rattle you. It's what he wants.
Yeah, well, life doesn't always give us what we want, does it? Ah, Trig.
Yes, Jack?
Just the man.
Oh, don't tell me you're handling the Jack Flynn case.
We didn't want you involved, Reed. Unfortunately, your senior officers disagreed. I hope for everyone's sake their faith is justified.
I didn't mess up that fraud case. You shifted responsibility. I took the blame. I couldn't prove otherwise.
I was hardly going to flush my own career down the toilet.
And you've lost the ticket? Yeah, will you keep your voice down, yes? Are you sure you've won? Of course I am. I do the same numbers every week. It was a rollover. 5.3 million quid. How could you lose the ticket? I don't know. Normally I stick it on the fridge at home, or I put it in my wallet, and sometimes I use it as a bookmark.
A bookmark?
Yes, so that I know where it is.
And you've looked everywhere, have you?
Yes, everywhere. The only thing I can think of is it must be in one of those case files that have come across my desk in the last couple of weeks. How many would that be?
A couple of dozen at least.
A dozen. Well, Trig, it must be in one of those files.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes? I'll give you 5%. $10. 7.5.
10.
I never took you as a greedy man, Trig.
I never took you as being mean. If I find it, I think 10 is fair.
9, and that is my last offer.
10.
You know, money brings out the worst in people. You know that, don't you? All right, 10. 10%. But you keep that zipped, all right?
Well, I'll have to trace them all. They could be anywhere by now. Aren't you for yacht? Come to the cars. Couldn't go miss me.
Well, go on, then.
Oh, yeah, right away. Tinley's been spotted. I'm responsible.
Right. Still in there then, is he, George?
As far as we know, Jack, yes. Shots fired, no injuries. Shots fired. No one hurt.
Jack?
Yeah. They've lost him.
What? Oh. All right. All right, they've lost him. They can find him. Tinley has got to sleep somewhere. Hotel, motel, bed and breakfast.
Or he's got a contact here.
He's in out of town at George. Odds are he won't have anywhere to go.
He's got to be somewhere.
Now, from that footprint we recovered from the house, traces of industrial oil, used more generally in metal cutting, polishing, grinding, and there were traces, tiny particles, of metal filings.
Yeah, so he wasn't a dentist then?
Not one I'd go to. Now, ballistics. The 2 bullets, .38 caliber, recovered from Kathy Thompson's house, both from the same gun, of course, and responsible for your young policewoman's injuries. These 2 bullets we recovered from the warehouse. They were fired at those 2 officers.
Don't tell me they're from the same gun.
No mistaking it. A Smith & Wesson type revolver, giving the bullet 5 grooves. Grooves and lands of equal width and a right-hand twist.
Are you trying to tell me that the older bloke gave his gun to the new fella?
Not for me to figure any of that out. But it's the same gun. Now, I'm off home. Aiding and abetting you is one thing, but overtime's murder.
Sheila? I'm going to be late for class now.
You take your time. Don't drive too fast.
If I'm going to start a business in a couple of years, I'd rather put office rent into a bigger house.
Work from home. Can we afford this?
Yeah, why not? Sell this place, no bother. I mean, it's better we get a mortgage while I'm still on the force. What do you think?
Brilliant.
I knew you'd like it. I'll see you later, right?
Bye, love.
Bye.
You all right, Kenny?
Oh, Sarge. Close one today. Nah, it was all right. Everything was under control. Sorry you got away, mind.
I get your refill.
Nah, no, I drink so much of this stuff. Once we're off this alert, I can get back to having a pint.
So, you and Alan been partners long then?
Nah, coming up for 3 years now.
Yeah, you like your being with him. He's a good man.
Aye, first rate. We work well together.
This studying he's doing must pile the pressure on him a bit.
Seems to take it in his stride. Nothing seems to faze him. I've got to get going, son.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you, Kenny.
What about Gary Tinley?
He's taken the heel for you. Kathy Thompson's been moved to a safe house. I don't know about you.
You're running out of time. I can't get to her if you can't find her.
My insider will get word to me. You just be ready.
You hear me? I'm a that way from a testimony. I just want this bitch shut down.
What are we going to do with you tomorrow?
I don't know. Malcolm's pretty good at Tomb Raider. He's got a PlayStation 2 at home.
Malcolm?
Is he Chandler? He's all right.
You can beat him, can you?
He's fairly old, so he's a bit slow. You all right, Mum?
Yeah, of course I am. A bit scared, aren't you?
I bet. We'll be all right, though.
We know the same gun was used in both incidents. Right? We know there's collusion here, but we can't make any physical connection between our first gunman and this new kid on the block. George.
A picture is emerging of the man in his 50s. Over a period of 2 weeks, a blue Sierra was parked here, and here, a mile or so from Kathy Thompson's house. Now, that car has not been seen since Tracy Miller was shot.
WPC Miller gave us a partial description. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Forensic evidence suggests we check out engineering works, garage workshops, and metal cutting yards. So there you have it, an old blue Sierra. Man in his 50s in a three-quarter length coat. Now, there can't be many of those out there. Well, come on, I'm not sending out invitations for you to join me on this. Terry, I want you to double-check Kathy Thompson's personal life. You know, new friends, blokes, numbers of their cars, anything at all.
Yeah, all right.
George, I want you to nip down to the prison. They occasionally do random monitoring checks on payphones. See if they've come up with anything that Jack Flynn might have said.
Jack.
I'm just on my way to court, sir.
It won't take long. Now, one of your case files was sent down to Customs and Excise, and I gather that Sergeant Brady has requested a constable to retrieve it.
Brady? Oh, not. Brady, yes. Yes, that's right, sir. I forgot to enclose part of my report. Don't worry, I will sort it.
This isn't a courier service, it's a police station. I can't have trained officers being used to fetch and carry.
No, sir.
Your chicken and mayonnaise sandwich.
Thank you.
You told Brady. Now half the station will know.
Well, I can't do all this on my own. Many hands make light work.
Many hands make a swarm of pickpockets, more like. What's the pies he getting?
2.5%.
2.5% of your portion?
Oh, yeah. But then there are all the others.
The others?
0.5% here, 1.5 there. I have a cash flow problem, Jack. This is a major operation. I need more working capital.
What?
I've made certain assurances on your behalf.
Well, you can unmake them.
But
All right. Whoever finds it, I shall make sure that they're all right. And that is my last offer.
Yes, but what...
All right. With a bit of extra for everyone else.
Well, my governor's concerned that Flynn might be controlling a contract killer while he's banged up in here.
We can't stop him using the payphone, that's his right. And there's no chance he could smuggle in a mobile.
No. But you can check your random monitoring records on all the payphones. See if there's anything that might give us a lead.
I'll go through them myself.
Thank you.
That Tilly?
What?
The blue shirt, just down the corner.
No, I missed him.
Okay, looks like he's heading for the channels.
You sure?
Call it in, Kenny, will you? must come in further up, otherwise you'll be spotted him. Go right, Kenny.
Now when I'm at the south entrance, it's clear.
Hadley and Russell spotted Tinley. By the time the backup teams got here, Kenny Russell was already dead.
Single shot to the head. He was dead before he felt how cold the water was. Messy and disagreeable sauce. You attract them, don't you?
It's like bees to honey.
Flies around something less pleasant, more like.
Alan Hadley fired off 2 rounds at Tinley. He's made a positive ID. Did he hit it? No. Where's Hadley now? Been treated for shock. You get a statement from him? Yeah, inquiry's already started, our end. He'll be off duty till it's sorted. Did Tinley get Russell's gun? Yeah. Oh, that's bloody marvellous, that, isn't it? Now he's running around with an MP5 submachine gun.
Which is why he probably tossed this. 2 shots fired.
Maybe this Tinley isn't such an amateur after all. Maybe he's a top man. Maybe the information from your tip-off was wrong.
My contact's information is good.
Well, now that the first gunman's out of the frame, how do we catch this killer?
Well, we've got to check on most hotels and motels for Tinley. But as far as B&Bs are concerned, we've got no chance.
Then we'll just have to wait and see if he pokes his head above the parapet. Oh, I don't know. Mackenzie's right. There are too many guns. Them, us. It's getting less to do with detective work. It's getting more like a shooting war.
Dixon of Dock Green days are long gone, Jack.
Yeah, I know. They shot him as well. Let's go down to the mortuary, see if they've got the pathologist's report on Russell. Hey, Bennett.
I'm supposed to go to court tomorrow. I don't want to go through with this anymore. What do you want to do? You could run away. Where will we go? Anywhere you want.
Single shot to the head, an oblique angle, which entered below the right ear. Death was instantaneous.
How far away was the gunman when he shot Russell?
My examination would confirm the measurements forensics took from the triangulation. Almost 9.5 meters.
How much is that in old money?
Say 30 feet. I would say the killer came from slightly behind the dead man's right shoulder. The victim turned his head slightly. Not his body, just a slight movement of the head. Probably after the first shot was fired.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. It's, that's most helpful.
Tinley, they found him.
About time.
Can we move up the road, please? Come on, up the road.
Target sign, slow moving traffic. ETA your location in 2 minutes.
Roger that.
Tinley used Yes, the B&B last night paid in cash. The owner scanned the £20 note Tinley gave him. It was forged. He phoned his local Nick. They informed us. We got a very good description and we went from there.
Right, okay. Where's Tinley now?
He's travelling down Bradley Road in a dark blue BMW 5 Series. Traffic have kept tabs with CCTV.
Where will you take him?
Well, at this junction here.
Target.
Hang on. He's 1 minute away. We're going to move, sir. The van will block the road.
Hang on. He's already killed a copper. And now he's armed with an MP5.
Yeah, well, we have to contain him, Gov. I mean, there's too many people
Yes,
around.
I know. But if he sees their van pull out there, he'll cut down this street, won't he? No, I'll drive out and block him.
No, Gov, sir. That's too risky.
It's all right. My car fits in round here much better than that van. Just get the van in here, block off
Sir,
this
there's
road.
no way I'm going to let you...
Just get the van parked in this road here. All he'll think is that I'm just a clumsy old sod with a bit of luck. Come across him and you get down on the floor in a hurry. All right? All right.
200 yards behind the post office van.
He didn't duck. Oh, no, I forgot. You were sent down from London to kill a witness.
I want to talk to a brief. You can't question me like this.
Ah, no, you see, that is where you are wrong. You see, my superintendent signed an order to the contrary. He doesn't want your London brief in here in case he alerts other people who are yet to be arrested. Not only would that be an obstruction to justice, but it would put other people's lives in danger.
There's gunshot residue on your clothes. The bullets fired were from a gun used in an attack on a policewoman, fired at 2 officers in a warehouse, and finally in the killing of one of those officers earlier today.
You see, it doesn't matter how tough you talk, killing a copper gets you 20 years.
I didn't kill anyone.
Oh, come on, Gary. You've got the gun.
I picked up the gun like I was supposed to. I admit I fired at them a couple of times in the warehouse and then I legged it. I dropped it.
Where'd you get the gun?
Bridge Street. In the public toilets. It was put there for me in one of the old cisterns.
Who sent you on this job?
Well, it was Jack, wasn't it? Jack Flynn.
I tell you that, and I'm dead in a week.
He set you up. We know. We've had a tip-off from London. Because you see this? You see this wad of dosh, eh? Well, it's all fake. We were meant to rumble you. Don't you get it? He set you up.
You murdered a police officer when they chased you this morning. Where's that MP5?
The submachine gun.
You what?
The one that you took off the dead officer.
I didn't kill anyone and I don't have any guns. I lost mine. I told you, I dropped it when I legged it from that warehouse.
George, get down to the Bridge Street area and check all those CCTV tapes. If Tinley did pick that gun up, then the gunman must have planted it. We know what the time frame is. Yeah, and George, get the fingerprint people down there in the toilets, will you? Jack, anything? No. No, he's admitted to firing the gun, but he's not admitted to the killing. And there's still no trace of Officer Russell's firearm.
Oh, he got forensic evidence. He found the gun.
Yes, I know that, but that's mainly on his clothes. There's a very faint trace on his hands, and that could have come from the gun that he fired in the warehouse chase.
Jack, there's a time limit on this. There's only so much I can do.
Yes, I know.
So, we'll have those tapes here ASAP, Jack.
What? The tapes? Yes, the tapes. Sorry, George, I was miles away. I just had a horrible thought. Yes. Well, if I were Tinley, I wanted to fire a gun at you from 30 feet, where would I aim?
Biggest target? The body?
Exactly. But if I fire one shot and I miss, what would you do?
Well, I'd duck. Spin round. Get out the way.
Yeah, but I've got time to fire another round that hits you in the side of the head before you can turn and face me.
Well, that would be a very fast second shot, Jack. Could be a lucky one.
Yeah. But what would happen if I hit you with the first bullet and then fired another round to make everyone think that I'd missed you with the first one?
And then you would throw us all off the scent. And you'd be a bloody good shot.
Yeah, too good. Terry Reid knows more about guns than anyone else around here. Where is he?
Something's not right here, Sheila. I don't think you're a part of it. This is more serious than you getting thumped.
What?
I'm not stupid. Something's got out of hand, isn't it? Sheila, tell me what's going on. I know Alan. He wouldn't hit you.
Oh, God, Terry. I don't know what to do. I'm so ashamed. You know I love Alan. I always will. But Kenny... It was unbelievable. It was just so exciting. The sex.
He was the one hitting you.
I didn't care. Because I wanted everything about him. I'd have done anything for him. I did.
And the bruises? What'd you tell Alan?
I told him I'd walked into the car door, the corner of a cupboard, anything I could think of. Alan believed me.
Oh, I don't think he did.
No, he did. He did. It was going to be a whole new start. New house. New business. I'd have walked away from Kenny. It would have been finished.
Well, it is now. I think it was Alan who killed him.
Oh, God, no, please, no.
Where is he?
God.
Where's his car?
Yeah? You've sussed it, haven't you?
The angle of the shots in the pictures. They just didn't look right. I reckon it was the first shot that killed Russell. And it was too good for any amateur to make.
Where are you?
Down at Hadley's house. I found a missing window. Hadley's wife was having an affair with his patrol partner. It was Alan who killed Kenny Russell. He's not here.
Where do we find him?
Knowing him, my guess is the scene of the crime. But I don't think there's any hurry, Gaff.
Phone Reed. Tell him.
Oh, God, no. No, please, no. I'm so sorry. I never wanted him to do that. I'm so sorry.
You broke him. Shut up.
I'm so sorry.
I thought I could live with it, but I can't. And that's all.
After he shot Russell, he picked up the MP5 and put it in his sports bag. The area car took them back to the station. He took the bag home. Nobody thought twice about it.
Bad day for the service. And a horrible waste.
Perfect opportunity. Would have been the perfect crime. Nearly got away with it. He would have done if he hadn't been such a crack shot.
And had a conscience.
Alan Hadley was one step ahead. We were chasing a gunman. Hadley picked up the weapon that Tinley dropped. Well, perfect plan handed to him on a plate. He calls in with a fake contact on Tinley and then tops his partner. I wonder if he ever thought that Tinley might do anything stupid.
Against the firearms unit?
Yeah, well, it would have tidied everything up, wouldn't it? We would have all thought that Tinley was the killer if he'd gone down under a hail of bullets when we stopped him.
Yes. He must have known about this affair for some time.
Oh, yeah. Bottled it and bottled it. Anyway, it's all done and dusted. Meanwhile, we've got a witness under threat.
Yes. So Gary Tinley was a setup.
It all points that way.
Distracting us from the real contract killer.
Yeah, he's still out there somewhere. Well, at least he can't have knowledge of the safe house.
Oh, I suppose we better just sweat it out then.
Yes. I thought I'd find you in here. Had a few of you?
Enough.
Going on a binge, are you?
I get a bit sick of you using your mouth as a culprit.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Anyway, if things had been a bit different, I might have tied one on with you. All right, if you want to stay in here for a couple of hours, I haven't seen you, right? Just make sure you get a cab home and don't do anything stupid. Look, this is not the sort of thing that I say out loud too often. But the reason why some of us do this job is because we care. Now, I know it sounds a bit naff and all of that. But you know I care. And I know you care.
So what?
I can't help what the courts do. Or what some of these fancy lawyers get away with. All I know is if I can nick a few of those lowlife out there, then that's what I'll do. So, if you're up to it, I've got a gunman out there, and I need your help. All right, please yourself.
We know the time frame when Tinley must have found the gun. But there's no sign of the other man.
He's in there somewhere. We've got his description. All we've got to do is match it to a picture.
Anything, Jack?
No, nothing, not yet, sir, no.
Oh, Jack.
Yes?
I've just heard.
Hmm?
Well done. 5.3, eh? A million.
Yes, that's right, sir, yes. Possibly. Well, definitely. If, I can find my ticket. You've lost it? Hmm? No, I haven't lost it, I've just mislaid it. It's probably in one of my case folders, you know, somewhere, sir.
You're untidy, Jackie. You've always been untidy. I knew it'd catch you out in the end.
Oh, well, I am looking for it, sir.
Yes, so it seems it's half the station. Of course, I'm the last to know. Well, Just keep me informed, will you? On the gunman, that is.
Oh, yeah, and that as well, yes, sir, I will.
George?
Yeah?
You'll be home for tea, yeah?
Yeah, of course. See you, love.
Sarah.
Listen. That's it.
There's fingerprints all over that toilet cubicle.
Yeah, well, what did we expect? There's a Sierra in the background. Can we identify the number plate?
I'll run a check on it now.
Good. I'll have him. Well, they're close, I know it. Double security at the court. If he's going to try again, that's just where he might have a go.
Right. Oh, Mullet was looking for you earlier. Seen you, has he?
Yes, he has. And I suppose you know as well, do you?
Well, Ernie Drake did ask me to check a few files. Yes, well done, Jack. Remember your friends, won't you?
Yeah, I expect I'll have a few more of those before the day's out.
Here's our man. It's almost better than a lottery win.
Not you and all.
You didn't let me, eh?
Oh, you're doing the checks.
No sugar left.
No, for goodness sake, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Go for it.
You can't do this.
There's a shop a couple of minutes down the road. If you don't say anything, nobody will know. It's cool, yeah?
Everything all right? Where's Chandler gone? Oh, he's checking the garden. You stay here. You all right, Robbie?
The window's shining on the screen. Could you pull down the blind a bit?
What did your last leg die of?
Hard work.
Where's your mum?
Dunno, upstairs, I think.
Robbie, get down! It's all right, stay here. Kathy, take Robbie upstairs.
Sugar. You went out for some sugar. And you let him.
Sir.
Shut up! I've got a witness out there wandering the streets with her son. She could have been murdered. And all because you wanted to go to the corner shop for some sugar.
You're both suspended from duty with immediate effect, pending an inquiry.
And clear your desks out of CID. In fact, if I were you, I'd start looking for other employment altogether.
Get him out of here, Sergeant. Sir, come on, out.
We failed to protect her. No wonder she did a runner. She's supposed to testify tomorrow.
Well, she won't testify now.
Oh, I know. Dear God, what a mess. I want those two publicly flogged.
Flynn could walk.
Walk, he'd be skipping. Why did Kathy do a bunk? Why? The panic button had our people swarming all over the place within minutes.
She took their coats. And a bag.
Well, that's hardly a spur-of-the-moment decision.
No, it isn't, is it?
Someone gave this location to the gunman. Insider. One of us.
It wasn't one of my people. So she planned to run away.
Well, she's frightened. Maybe she can't face Flynn in court.
What else?
Her testimony?
Well, scared that something might come out in court.
Yeah.
Something she hadn't told us.
We'll just have to go over everything again. I want all her clients checked. See if she ever did any bookkeeping for Jack Flynn or anyone associated with him. There could be a connection.
Jack? Yeah. Her testimony is sound. Her evidence is totally consistent with forensics evidence. All the pieces fit. Kathy Thompson saw the murder.
Oh, something is wrong somewhere. If we don't find out what it is, it could mean the difference between Kathy Thompson living or dying.
Governor, I can't find anyone anywhere in her business remotely linked with Flynn. There's something wrong here. He's a self-employed builder. She did his books. But she's billing him for work she did at his office on the day of the murder. Here are the hours she worked.
Oh, dawn already, blimey.
Yeah, and you not back in your coffin yet, eh?
I can't do these all-nighters anymore, Jack.
Right. Well, builders are up with the sparrows. You go down to his office and check those dates. Goodbye.
Where will you be?
We are going to Kathy Thompson's to make sure that we haven't missed anything. Right. Come on. The timings are all wrong. She couldn't have been working with a client and been here at the same time, could she?
She went across the...
No, right. Go on, I'll go through it with you. Go on.
She went across the landing to her study.
Right, to the study. Here we are.
She comes in the door, steps across to the window.
You know what? That room was her study. I bet you look. That mark there on the carpet. That's where the filing cabinet would have been. This mark here on the door was a scuff mark. She took her desk out of this room, dragged it into that room.
Oh, yeah. This was her kid's room.
That's right. It was Robbie who saw the killing. He told his mother when she came home.
She switched the rooms to stop her son being a witness.
That's why they've run away.
The battery's flat. You didn't charge it, did you? You never do.
I haven't had much chance lately.
Who are you trying to phone?
Someone will help us.
So we're not going?
Of course we are. I promised, didn't I?
I don't know where she is. You'll just have to delay things. I can't stop the court.
We could come up with a procedural matter.
There you are, a procedural, Mr. Sullivan. You can do that, can't you? You've got to buy us time. A point of law or something.
The best we'll get is a recess until 10:30 tomorrow. After that, Flynn will be a free man. But when this is over, you'll be lucky if they let you issue parking tickets.
She never confided in you, did she? Somewhere she might go. Friends that we don't know about.
No. Inspector, Mr. Sullivan's got a point, though. This isn't going to do your career any good.
Nothing much ever has. Don't let that worry you.
You tell Sullivan about Robbie?
No. If I'd have done that, he'd have to inform the court. As far as he's concerned, Kathy is still his witness. No, few people who know the better. Right. Have you got anything?
No, nothing yet. Haven't stripped out Robbie's room and all. But there's a clue in here somewhere.
Right.
I know I've been stupid. Just tell me what to do.
Wasn't Robbie's father in the Air Force?
Yeah, RAF Regiment. He was killed in a motor accident when Robbie was 5.
Well, that explains all the models and war film.
I should have stayed closer to Kathy instead of letting her fester away at home. She needed someone to talk to.
She's going to talk to anybody. It would have been Eileen Cleary. And if she didn't talk to her, then you had no chance.
Eileen Cleary? You can't be suggesting she's implicated.
She is the only one who has established any level of trust with Kathy Thompson. She is the only one who has access to this station. And someone has seen the list of installed alarms and the location of the safe house.
There's no one in this visitor's log who wasn't escorted to wherever they were going.
Actually, sir, she was here last Wednesday. She called to see Inspector Frost. Mr. Frost was out, and she came up here to see you.
Well, I was here all day. I never saw her.
Let's search her office and her home.
No, we've no grounds, no evidence. All this could be a total misunderstanding. We need more. We need evidence.
That Sierra number, excuse me, sir. That Sierra number plate's come back. He's registered to a George Starkey, 53 years old, dishonourable discharge from the army 20 years ago. He did time, worked in a prison machine shop. He and his wife moved from London 3 years ago.
Have you got their address?
Yeah.
All right, send in the heavies.
Brady.
Sir?
Anything from the random monitoring? From what we could see, Flynn's made no use of the public phone at all. So somebody has smuggled the mobile past your security.
Flynn, up against the wall.
What is this? What are you doing?
Spread them. It's clear, sir.
Smith, give me your phone.
Sir?
Give it to me. Get Flynn back in his cell. Take him to the governor's office.
Starkey's wife isn't implicated, but we found this lot hidden in his shed. Starkey wasn't at work. He clocked off early.
How can we find him in time?
Jack, a crooked prison officer carried Flynn's mobile. What about that number?
Jack?
Yes, Miss Cleary. But not quite the jack-in-the-box you were expecting.
Inspector? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Is that your front doorbell?
Yes.
Why don't you answer it? And we'll talk later.
Right. Yes, thanks.
This time you won't shift them. You've got a 6-year-old son. So you and Kathy Thompson had a lot in common. Single mums, working hard, doing well.
I have nothing to say.
Your son is going to go into foster care when you go down.
You leave him out of this.
The phone records show that Flynn received a call from you, and a minute later he phoned Starkey. Kathy phoned you, didn't she? She told you where she was going. Was she asking for help?
All this pretense about caring for her, being her friend, protecting her in this case against Jack Flynn.
I tried to talk her out of testifying right up to the end.
And when she didn't, you stood back and let Flynn send in a killer.
Nothing to say.
A policewoman is severely injured. A vital witness's life has been threatened because you betrayed her. You told Jack Flynn. He sent a gunman to her front door, and now she's running for her life. To where?
Nothing to say.
He's going to kill her and the boy.
Jack Flynn is the father of my son!
7 years ago, I was part of a prosecution team against Jack. I got involved, all right? I got involved!
Where has Kathy taken the boy?
Nothing to say.
Well, we're up a blind alley now. Kathy Thompson is expecting to meet Cleary somewhere, and it's Starkey who's going to turn up.
Kathy's a logical, practical woman. She plans things. She wouldn't just be wandering the streets. She's going somewhere.
Where has she taken her son?
Wait a minute. I've just seen photographs of Robbie taken in front of aircraft at
Crannock Down Air Museum. Well, that's 70 miles away.
How do you entice a child not to be frightened when you run away?
You promised to take him somewhere special. Elliot wants me armed. I don't. I'm not asking you to go in there if you think we should be tooled up.
Oh, God, man, you get into enough trouble. I hate to think what you'd be like with a gun in your hand.
Very funny.
Mum, what time is it to go?
We're supposed to stay here. Miss Cleary's sending someone. All right.
Okay.
him. Get him inside. Hold him. He's all right. He's all right. He's breathing. Should be okay. Kathy! Stay where you are. We'll find you. It's all right.
You wait here. When I shout, you run for Mr. Frost.
Mum, don't be daft. You've got to come too.
Do as I say. There's no time to argue. You understand?
Give it up, Starkey. We've got the boy. Get in here now. You took your time. Oh, yeah, got me bloody head blown off.
Yeah, we couldn't even found a brighter light, so we had a clearer shot of me.
You're an ungrateful son. I didn't know what I was switching on. It could have been your hairdryer for all I knew. Thanks, I need that.
Lord, I really must protest.
I apologise, my lord. There's no earlier time in which I could have advised the court.
I suggest you've tried the patience of this court long enough, Inspector Frost.
My key witness lied.
You admit it?
Yes? To save her child's life. We're not charging her, but we are preparing additional charges of conspiracy to murder against the accused. It was her 12-year-old son who witnessed the killing. And he'll now testify on camera.
My lord, this is most irregular. Another example of Inspector Frost's failure to comply with procedure.
But I am complying with my duties as a police officer by bringing those responsible to book. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Maynard? I'm very pleased to have met you. You've got a very brave mum. And you've looked after her like a real little soldier. Your dad would have been proud of you, you know.
Thank you, Inspector.
My pleasure.
Can I get a copy of me on tape?
Oh, don't know about that. It's highly irregular. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, great. Bye, Inspector.
Goodbye. She could have just kept quiet from the beginning. Yeah. But she wanted to do the right thing. There you are. You can finish those reports.
You'll be pleased to hear, Jack. Tracy Miller's off the critical list.
Good. Good.
You know, we're clear as hell. Flynn must have caused a lot of harm to innocent people over the years.
It's always the innocent who get hurt, no matter which way you look at it. You try explaining to Cleary's 6-year-old son why his mother isn't coming home.
Ha!
Yes!
Yes, I got it. You got it. You found it. It was in your assessment
nonsense. You give one of the DCs to finish off. The junior officer doing your reports, Jack.
On-the-job training, sir. Let's have a sniff of 5 million quid. Come on. Hey, well done, sir. Well done. Hey, no more bloody overtime now, eh?
But this was issued 2 months ago.
I know. I always buy them 8 weeks at a time, so I'm covered.
Yes, that's it, you're covered.
Yes.
Jack, this was issued 9 weeks ago.
What?
It was issued 9 weeks ago.
Wait a minute.
You went in and bought another one last week, Jack, surely?
You didn't.
Well, no, of course I thought I had another week to go, didn't I?
Oh,
eh?
you, Burke. We could have all been happily retired by the end of the month.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, George, do me a favour.
Please.
Oh.
Paperwork, Jack. I keep telling you.